Okay.
Oh, wait. I think Commissioner Harvey, who's in the bathroom real quick. Hold on, it's 11. Oh, wait a second. Okay.
Just here.
Okay. Are you ready? Okay. All right, we're going to call to order our Board of Commissioners meeting. Today's date is Tuesday, April 21st. The time is 11:01. So, welcome everyone, and we are going to have a roll call. So we'll start with you, Commissioner Stubbs.
Commissioner Stubbs here.
Okay,
Commissioner Harvey, present.
thank you. We're going to ask our Deputy County Attorney Nilsson to say our invocation.
Heavenly Father, we come before Thee at the beginning of this meeting. We're grateful to be here today and grateful to have business to conduct for the county. We're grateful for this county and for the many good citizens and people here. We're mindful of the county employees and all the good work that they do and pray for them. Pray they can be safe as they go about their duties and pray that they can do their best and represent the county well. We're mindful of those who are from our county who are in the military. Pray for their safety. And we pray for all who are participating in the meeting today, that we might have a productive meeting and accomplish the things that need to be done. Pray that we can have clarity as we speak and discuss the items on the agenda, and pray that we can maintain respect and decorum, and we can have a productive meeting. And pray for guidance as we do all these things, and we say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Commissioner Stubbs, would you like to sing the pledge?
Yes.
Okay. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. All right, we need to do the conflict of interest disclosure. Commissioner Stubbs?
I don't see any.
Okay. Commissioner Harvey?
I do not have any conflict of interest items on this agenda, Madam Chair.
Okay, and neither do I. All right, we'll move to the public comment. Is there any public comment at this time? I did not see any on the thing.
One that was crossed off.
Okay. Is anyone, I mean, I'm happy to read it, but if we have no public comment, I don't know that we need to read it.
I like the sound of your voice, Madam Chair. Why don't you go ahead and read it?
All right, I will read it. Okay. The purpose of the San Juan County Commission meeting is to conduct county business in a public setting as provided by law. We truly value and welcome public comment as it gives citizens an important opportunity to share ideas, concerns, and suggestions that help strengthen our county. To ensure everyone has a fair opportunity to speak, comments are limited to 3 minutes and should focus on county programs and operations. Objective criticism is welcome. However, complaints about specific county personnel or private individuals will not be permitted. Please understand that public comment is not a debate or question and answer session, and an immediate response from the commission should not be expected. If you would like more information or further discussion, a member of our staff will be happy to assist you set up a follow-up meeting. We appreciate your participation and your willingness to be involved in our county government. Do we have any online? If so, would you unmute yourself? Okay. We'll move to our consent agenda. The first item is approval of $6,941.39 in small purchases, $1,800 on a stage design, an installation for business base camp for the economic development $5,141.39 on a diesel particulate filter for the road department. There's some technical terms with the road department. Approval of the April 7th commission work session meeting and commission meeting minutes. Approval of check registers April 2nd through April 9th. Approval of the local authority consent for retail alcohol license for Halls Crossing Marina Snack Bar. Another renewal for an alcohol license for Halls Crossing. Hold on. Is that a duplicate?
Looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a duplicate. So I won't repeat that one. Approval of the 2025 Emergency Management Performance Grant for fiscal year 2025 through 2026. Approval of the appointment of Vintegra, Secretary, and reappointment of Lisa Carr for the San Juan County Historic Preservation Committee for a 4-year term. Approval of the appointment of Pratt Red to the Blanding Cemetery Maintenance District for a 4-year term. And approval of a letter support for the Lawrence Welk Show's 70th anniversary. And for those of you that want to know what that's about, you can read the attachment. So
Go to YouTube, watch Lawrence Rock.
there you go. So do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Harvey. I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to approve consent agenda items 1 through 10 with the exception of the duplicate. I think the duplicate is consent agenda item number
6, 5, and 6.
Let
number
me just check that and make sure.
That's
'Cause
so there are two different.
one is for Halls and one
documents.
is for Bullfrog, it looks like.
Okay.
So
so
to
maybe
clarify that, yes, so we do need both. One is for the Halls and one is for the Bullfrog. So
clarifying my motion what the specific ones are. Okay. So for the consent agenda items, I'm improving just clarification points. Consent agenda item number
Hold on, let me get there. Sorry,
5. I think it's 5.
I just approve them all because they're all different.
consent agenda item 5 is for Halls Crossing.
6 is
For
And-
Bullfrog.
And item 6, consent agenda item 6 is for Bullfrog.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. All right, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, the next item on the agenda is consideration of rescinding the resolution, and we'll turn the time over to Commissioner Harvey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First of all, I just want to express my appreciation to you, Madam Chair, for making this item come to this agenda for discussion. I feel that there's some parameters that maybe we need to discuss when we acted on this resolution in our previous meeting. Some of the language in the resolution itself spoke eloquently to neutral approach and to no change in our current structure of government. And so it's with that in mind that I would like to propose that we agree on, in passage of this resolution, what's the word I'm looking for? Directives that we should agree on, if that's okay, Madam Chair, and I can clarify what I'd like to propose. The first proposal to enhance the approved agenda item is this. As a board, in the resolution, the language is specific to three of us, the three of us together. And moving forward with working with our county administrator, I would like to request that any future meetings in which we have a discussion with our county administrator, especially on what we're working on in refining our form of government, the resolution and its intent, that moving forward we meet together as a commission with the administrator to work on any changes, specifically any language on his contract, and ongoing actions that are in place with meeting with our department heads. Can I propose that, and can we discuss that request?
I don't have any problem with the proposition or the request. The problem I do have is this, is that this resolution was passed to redefine the form of government that we should be following. It is mandated by statute. The problem is this, is that we become so separated because we have not defined the roles. As a commissioner myself, it's really hard for me to do my work as a commissioner when I feel like I have to get approval from a county administrator. I should be able to work with department heads. And so you had requested transparency. And so my request is this. I don't have a problem working through this, but I know I am not the only one that feels this way. I know that county employees feel this way, that they feel tied because of the form that we're trying to follow. That really doesn't exist. If we follow the form of government that is that is statute, we can function beautifully as a county. But the thing is these departments, they feel like, I mean, what I'm saying in the name of transparency, I want to hear from departments to hear how their hands are tied by the pattern that we are currently following. And that's why when this passed, it gives the commission the freedom to work with the department head, but also in conjunction with the county administrator. That's what it's designed to do. It's never designed for me to take over a department. It's designed for the three of us to work together. If I'm working with one department, and that was the conversation that was had, is I am more than happy to include the county administrator, but I can't have the county administrator in a department undermining what I'm trying to do, and that's the battle I have been fighting for
Apologies
over.
to interrupt. Can you please turn on the audio for the online participants?
Oh, turn on the audio. Sure, Aaron. The audio, you cannot hear the audio? Aaron,
Okay.
can you not hear the audio?
Now we can hear you.
Okay,
Mark.
thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.
So it's very difficult to conduct business, and I believe I'm not the only one that feels constrained. And so as a chair, I'm going to ask anyone in the audience that is an employee of this county if they would like to speak to that. I think we need to speak more to the form of government and the way it should be run and how it has been detrimental in our department, because we've talked and talked and talked with these people, and I feel it just keeps falling on deaf ears. I feel that's a fair ask.
Madam Chair, before you bring up whom you want to speak to this, I am in complete agreement with your intention to improve our structure of government. I am with you, and I made the motion to approve this resolution. All I am asking very clearly is two things. When we're meeting with our county administrator, starting today, when we meet with our county administrator, you're not the only one that's going to meet with the county administrator alone any longer. What I'm asking is that when you want to meet with the county administrator,
Sure.
Commissioner Stubbs, myself, as a board, as the resolution speaks to us as a board, that is what I'm asking for. First thing. The second thing I'm asking is, as we're working to refine our structure of government, again, as a board, as the resolution says, when we're meeting with the department heads moving forward, we're meeting Commissioner Stubbs, yourself, myself, together as a board. That is all I'm asking.
I don't have a problem with that. The only problem I do have is that then there has to be a commitment from every one of us to be at those meetings. So what if we have something that comes up and we can't meet as a board? How does that look? So are we saying you're never allowed to email him? I'm not allowed. She's not allowed to email. I mean, how does that look for you? I guess is what I'm asking.
This has nothing to do with what you're asking about. This request has everything to do with us acting as a board, Madam Chair, as the resolution has been established.
Sure.
This issue, the resolution, the intention to change our government, it is very important for me to be front and center, and you will not question my commitment to this. That's how important it is to me. And I'm not saying you are, Madam Chair. It's just that as a board, moving forward, because this is really, this is a really important document we are working with. So no longer does that mean, as one commissioner, we meet alone with department heads. No longer does it mean, as one commissioner, we meet with our county administrator. What I'm asking for is we do this together as a board of commissioners in every step moving forward and working together to change our county government. That's what I'm asking for, Madam Chair.
Which there's parts of it I would agree with. The part I don't agree with is this. It's not that I'm trying to create an alliance with department heads. The problem I see is department heads cannot work with the county administrator. That is the problem. And so how do we continue to do business on and on and on in the county from day to day if we have to always all meet? Then they're going to have to come and meet with him. The problem is there is the conflict of interest there. The conflict of interest is the fact that they cannot meet and work with him. We have gone down that road, and that's what I hear time and time again. And this form of government, if we're not changing this form of government, this form of government is a form of government for our county for 3 commissioners. We don't even have to have a manager. We don't even have to have an administrator. That is something that we have chosen or elected to do. By statute, we only have to have our 3 commissioners. I know we are part-time, and I know that we use our county administrator to help us with our job, but realistically, I could have a secretary of my own. We each could to function. If we choose to have a county administrator to have the authority to run our departments, then we have to change our form of government, and that is a public. It has to come before the public. The public has to decide that. So with this resolution and following the resolution, the county administrator really works for the commissioners. And I understand where you're coming from and having full transparency, but I can guarantee you the model that we have been following under is not working. It's broken. And these department heads are tired of having to ask to buy pens, are tired of having to ask for every little item just to run their department. So I feel like having passed that, we assigned under our departments, and that was the conversation is, you know what, if a department head comes to me and needs something, I am more than happy to do it for them, or I am more than happy to say, our county administrator can help you. Let's the 3 of us work on that. And then, yes, we meet as a board, I say, this is what these departments are doing. You say, these are what these departments. That whole coordination, the problem is we get siloed, the communication fails, and we do not communicate. And then consequently, the county administrator is the one that runs the form of government. And that's the form we're running under. And I don't think I'm the only one that sees this. I don't know how the employees feel.
Madam Chair,
Yeah.
maybe I'm not being clear, and that's on me. Again, I'm going to review my 2 requests. My request is that moving forward, when we meet as a commission with our county administrator, it's going to be you, Madam Chair, myself, Commissioner Stubbs, when we meet with the county administrator. The second request, when we're meeting with the department heads, which has been happening, that it will be myself, you, Madam Chair, and Commissioner Stubbs moving forward. Remember, with this second request, I am not saying we're going to take the county administrator with us as we meet with the department heads. Does that help?
What are you talking in meeting with the department heads? Because they do have their meeting in which we are all invited to, in once a month that we're all invited to, that HR does. I mean, they kind of bring forth their things, but the thing is, they don't really have an avenue beyond that to express the things that they need because they get blocked with the county administrator. So I don't know how you want to solve that other than we're going to have a lot of meetings and everyone's got to be committed and we're all here. I mean, I'm hearing what you're saying,
Thank you.
but there's part of it I still don't agree with. And
Okay. Madam Chair, it is very evident that you do not want to recognize my 2 requests. As a result, Madam Chair, I would like to take this opportunity to rescind my motion from the previous meeting. I'd like to make a motion right now to rescind this resolution because we cannot agree, and because this resolution is being open for our own individual interpretation. That is my motion, Madam Chair.
Okay, so with your motion, just to clarify, I hear your motion. I'm still willing to work with you on this. But however, we cannot rescind this motion because, first of all, the form of government exists by statute. To rescind the motion means you're basically removing the form of government. So that cannot happen. And secondly, you cannot rescind a resolution without bringing forth a new resolution. So if this is to happen, you're going to have to wait until the next meeting. Am I correct on that, legal?
Madam Chair, can I make
Madam
just
Chair, since I have the motion, since you've tasked the county attorney to make his recommendation, I'd like to ask that you have the county attorney put his recommendation in writing. And I'd like to restate my motion.
Okay.
I would like, instead of rescinding, I would like to make a motion to supersede, because in our rules, we have an opportunity to supersede. I'd like to supersede by making this motion. I'd like to table this motion and make it ineffective. That will be my superseding motion, Madam Chair.
You probably ought to have
Do we have
I
a
think
second?
you need a legal clarification. on
Yeah.
the statutory requirements and the parliamentary procedure you've got going here. Just
So we're going to need some clarification on the legality. I think before we hastily jump to this, I have not specifically asked, I have not lined out my people just to speak. And I think that's what you think. But I, as the chair,
Madam Chair,
yes,
I entertained a motion. We need a second, please.
we have to have some legal guidance on it.
Can I make a comment about Madam Chair, about the form of government? You said that we are 3 commission form of
Yes.
government. I work with 7 counties, and I visit with Emory and Carbon County, have 3 county commissioner government, and there are 3 full-time commissioners, so do not need an administrator.
Right.
Washington County, which is in Georgia area, is like us. They have 3 commissioners and an administrator. So I think if I'm clear for what I heard from those 2 commissioners, they are part of a 3 county commissioners. I don't think we are a 3 county commissioner, and I don't know because I visited with them about when I was there the beginning of the month to clarify, because I want to try to understand, because we talk about 3 county commissioner, and we can do that. So I think it's my understanding that we do not have, and I know there's several counties that have different form of government, but I understood that we are, because we're part-time commissioners, we don't have and I don't know.
Let's
Somebody that
clarify.
can clarify that.
Let's clarify what our form of government is. So I'm going to call on the county attorney to clarify what the form of government is, so that can answer your question. And then we probably should talk about the motion.
Okay. Yes, by statute, counties are required to follow a certain form of government. San Juan County has, to the best of my knowledge, has always followed a 3 commission member form of government. And so with that, there are statutory requirements that we must meet. That form of government requires that all county business be run and all legislative and all executive authority be vested in the 3 county commissioners, not in the county administrator. So the 3 county commissioners run the legislative and the executive issues that come before the county. Now, so that's by statute. We can't contract or we can't do anything to get by that. So if you do want to change that, then you're going to have to change your county form of government. The other types there's an expanded county commission where you either have 5 commissioners or 7 commissioners. There's a form of government that you actually elect a county executive, and he runs the whole county. Some counties do that. But with the 3 commission form of government, that's what we have to follow. With respect to any motions, you can with the 3 commission form of government, everything has to be done by resolution. Okay, so at the previous commission meeting, we adopted by majority vote this resolution. So you can't just undo the resolution. You have to either come with a new resolution, but you can't repeal because there's nothing to repeal. Understand this, that all that resolution says is clarifying the county commission form of government, and that's by statute. So if you repeal it, it just goes back to the statute. So it makes no sense to repeal it, because if you want to change the form of government, then we have to go through the proper notice procedures and have a public hearing and let the public decide. That's beyond our capabilities. And I just wanted to mention, Commissioner Harvey, a little bit of response. First of all, the whole purpose of Commissioner Mon and I meeting with Mr. McDonald was to extend an olive branch. There was no business conducted. We simply went in there to see if we could work together moving forward. And we actually did extend an olive branch. So whatever Mr. McDonald communicated to you about us trying to threaten him or pressure him or anything related to that is simply a lie. It's just not true. Now, if we want to get to the truth, he recorded the conversation. But he refuses to give us the recording. Now that just seems very odd to me. If he recorded it and he's making those claims, let's hear it. Let's let the public hear it. And we will verify what was said in that meeting. And that should take care of it. We didn't go in there. If we'd have went in there to try and pressure him or anything else, we would have gotten your permission. We would have come to you, as I've done every step of the way. But I guess we just didn't think that going in to try and apologize and try and extend an olive branch would not need really anybody's permission. Furthermore, there's a double standard here. Commissioner Stubbs meets with the county administrator every day. She just goes and camps out in his office. They talk about things. So does that apply to her? Your two proposals that, okay, if we can't meet with the county administrator unless all three are there, that means there's no communication. There's no more going into his office and staying for the day.
Yeah, that is the intent of my request, yes.
Can I respond to that?
No, I'm not through yet.
I know, but I need to defend myself.
I will call on you when
Okay,
he's
thank
finished.
you.
I have a prepared statement here. I don't know that I need to read it. I may, if depending on how this goes, but to me, this is a very simple issue. Let's find the truth.
Yeah.
The truth is on that recording. Let's play the recording. Let's let the whole world hear it. Now, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if all of a sudden we now come up with, well, it didn't record or it accidentally got erased. That's the way to solve this matter, is to find out who's lying, to find out what the truth is. So let's get the tape, let's play it, and then let's decide on what we want to do.
So I don't know what you want to do on your motion because based on,
Madam Chair,
yes,
I appreciate you.
chance to defend
And
myself?
I didn't,
two things I want to clarify, Madam Chair.
yes,
I hold you in the highest regard, and I hope that my actions today and how I am treating you before the public shows you that I completely respect you, and I completely respect you, County Attorney Juan. So if you cannot rescind the resolution, perhaps I might again clarify this motion, and it might help. So I'd like to amend two things to the resolution. Okay? And that's just really improving the intent. The first amendment to the resolution would be, moving forward, the commissioners as a board will meet with the county administrator. Moving forward, that's the first amendment, okay? And yes, County Attorney Mon, that includes Commissioner Stubbs, that includes me. whenever we're going to sit down and talk business with the county administrator, it's going to be the three of us. The second request is this, still the same. Madam Chairwoman, when we're meeting as a board, we're continuing the work with the department heads. Together, we will meet as a board with the department heads moving forward. It's very simple
I
to the resolution.
I don't have a problem with that. But I do want a clarification from you. So we have these departments that have issues. Relationships have been very severed with the county administrator and these department heads. So they have an issue that comes up. In my mind, and I'm just going to propose this to you as well, because this is how I see it. In my mind, these departments are under us so that if there's an issue, we can say, hey, let me help you with the issue. Then when we meet together with them, we can talk about those issues. My reservation is doing this. I don't have a problem at all meeting as a board with the department heads. I can agree to that. It's the day-to-day stuff, and the problem lies in this, is that since I have been in for a year and a half, before I even got put in, 13 employees approached me about this process of the county administrator and their relationship. And so there's no trust there. The trust is broken. The process is broken. So if we only meet, the three of us, with the department heads, where is their avenue to go until we meet? Because I know that they're not going to go to our county administrator to work through it until we all meet together with them. So they need an avenue, which I am more than happy to say. For example, when I had a constituent, I looked and said, oh, that's your department. I completely referred it to you to handle. But then I see when we get together, then we say, yeah, in this department I'm over, I've got this problem, this problem, this problem. And you do the same, and you do the same. The problem I see is these department heads do not have an avenue to work with a commissioner so they can help solve some problems. But I completely agree with having a monthly meeting with them and going through the needs and then saying, you know what, this is a need, and implementing our county administrator. That to me is exactly how I see it happening. And if they choose to go and use the county administrator because they have a good enough relationship with him during the month before we meet or whatever it is, great, good for them. Let them go and get access to him and what he can offer them. But the direct contact from the department head to him until we meet is broken. And I don't know how to fix it other than keeping them under us to channel that so we keep the lines clear. But I will completely agree with you for us to meet with department heads. 100%.
Can I follow up with
Yes.
that? And hopefully this may help. And I agree with that as well. But I think if we could maybe set some different parameters, such as it's okay to meet with the department heads to handle the day-to-day business.
Yeah.
But anything that is beyond the day-to-day business, such as writing them up or terminating them or anything that could be categorized as not within the day-to-day business, then that issue should be brought before the three commissioners. Would that help?
Right now, this is very sensitive, I know.
Yes.
And are we not exercising what we're proposing by the three of us, not one of us, as a commissioner, as a board meeting with the department heads? Are we not exercising what we're saying we're going to do in the resolution?
Yeah, but how do they do their day-to-day if they run into snags? Because I mean, I guess what I'm saying, I don't know whether just to give you an example, but we had an incident where we had a department handling some items, and then county administrator got in the middle of it, and it can cause some legal issues. I guess what I'm saying is so if public health has an issue, and it's under you, and it's during the middle of the month, and we haven't met, how do you see that being handled?
Right now, what we're proposing to do is together, we're going to meet with public health.
So, like,
And-
if they have
and-
an issue that day, then we all three jump in and meet with them.
We're going to have to, yes, we're going to have to act as a board.
So, can you meet any day of the week?
We're going to have to. I'm going to have to. That's what I'm committing to as a board.
Well, maybe, I think we can work through this.
I really do, County Attorney.
I do. I think we can work through this. I don't think we should be hasteful.
No.
And so with respect to the resolution, I don't think it can, I don't think anything, with respect to the form of government, I don't think anything can be done today legally. It would have to be brought by a new resolution.
Wasn't the resolution just clarifying our form of government?
Well,
It's a
and-
clarifying resolution, which
Yeah,
really hasn't any legality with it.
yeah, and I've already stated that really the resolution doesn't do, it just clarifies.
Yeah.
It doesn't give any, as you said when we were discussing it, you pointed out to paragraph 7 that said this document does not create any new positions or anything like that. So I do think we can work through this. I just think we need maybe to schedule some special sessions or a work session where the 3 commissioners can get together and decide how we're going to operate moving forward.
Yes.
I think, and I'm not trying to take away your thunder, Commissioner Mon. I think her concern, and I do see this, is we are just so inefficient. I believe.
I agree.
I believe we're just so to try and get anything done is just a nightmare. It gets ugly, and so we're kind of restricted. If the 3 commissioners have to be involved in every little decision, I worry that we're going to become even more inefficient. Again, I think, and it doesn't have to be decided today, but if we can get to where, okay, on the day-to-day activities, you're under this commissioner. If you need help, you can talk to this commissioner. But anything that goes beyond the day-to-day, would require all 3 of you. And if you want to try and give it a shot where, okay, no decisions are made unless all 3 commissioners make them.
Mm-hmm.
We can try that and see how it goes.
That's important right
Yes.
now.
And I could work
right
you.
now.
Mhm.
That is what I'm asking for.
Yeah.
But again, I don't want to discount the fact that I just feel that lies have been told, and we're trying to find the truth, and we can do that. So I would like us to also follow that and let the public know what happened in that meeting. And that doesn't have to be decided here today either. But
No. Okay.
do you understand that from our perspective?
I do, and honestly, I didn't come in here even thinking that would be an issue. My whole focus right now is on this resolution,
Okay.
and I just made a new motion to add the 2 requests into the motion. That's it,
Okay.
and we're working together to honor that. Moving
Well,
forward.
okay. Sorry.
Moving forward, when we're meeting with the county administrator, we meet with the county administrator as a board, because we're working together to find solutions and whatever issues that. And then the second thing is when we're meeting with our department heads, it's no longer just one commissioner. It's the three of us as we are proposing, working together as a board to work with our department heads.
But we are okay on the day-to-day if they need to work through things. No?
three of
Yes?
you?
For
Commissioner Harvey?
for
All three
all
of you.
three of us,
No.
yes.
So if they have day-to-day stuff, like planning and zoning has day-to-day stuff, so they need to wait. If they're working through stuff, do they need to wait until we meet to work through things, or did we decide with Attorney Mon's suggestion that the day-to-day they continue to work with a commissioner until we meet? I mean, we can't bottleneck them, is what I'm saying. I'm just trying to think, how can they be efficient? How does that work for them?
For example, Commissioner Harvey, we meet, a group of us meet every week, every Thursday morning with the building department. You have 2 staff members there from the building department. You have the planning and zoning, the planning and zoning the planning commissioner is there. The surveyor is there every week, and Commissioner Mon and myself are there. So we meet every week because we have to review plats. We have to address concerns that have been brought by the public about enforcement issues or things like that. We meet every week to address those things. And also we have to get the agenda for the planning commission once a month. And Jens is also involved in that. So there's a group of like 8 of us. In that group, there's 1 commissioner and 2 county attorneys. Would that prohibit us from meeting with that group?
I would say it would.
Right now, I think it's really important. Again, we're rebuilding trust by this motion that I'm making.
Okay.
This motion that I'm making is rebuilding trust between each of us, that when we act as a body, we do it together. Then when we have the trust, then I would feel better saying, yeah, I see what is happening here. And then maybe we can formally say, as a board, we are going to assign Commissioner Mon, for example, the day-to-day with this department. I think that's how we should be working. I think.
So I have a question on that. So like with that meeting, for example, are you comfortable with that meeting that all the commissioners get the invite? I mean, it's a Zoom meeting. It's not like I come in and I sit down with them. It's a Zoom meeting. So really I guess what I'm thinking is with these departments, send the meeting to everyone. So as a board, we are informed, we are involved, we can get on, we can listen. Are you comfortable with that?
I am comfortable with that.
Okay.
Because I've been invited. You're asking me to be part of that. And if I can't make it, then I will let you know, Madam Chair. I'm not available. However, I'm comfortable with you leading this conversation.
Okay.
That is important.
Okay, I can do that. And the reason I do attend that meeting is because I was invited in. So not that I inserted myself in. So I think maybe that's what we can do moving forward is department heads, meetings or things. And then let's just send the invite out, and whichever commissioner as the board, then we can all attend, whether it's Zoom or whatever it is.
This is nothing new.
Right.
We are exercising as a board what we're proposing to do with this resolution.
Okay, from a legal perspective, I don't think that
We can
We-
meet
we- we-
administratively, right?
we need a resolution. So I think if we could informally agree here today that there will be no meetings with department heads um, unless all three commissioners are invited.
Okay.
Until next commission meeting, when we can get it on the agenda correct and address it then. But informally, we agree here today that that won't happen, that there will be no meetings with department heads or with employees, elected officials, unless all three commissioners are invited. And what was the other one, second?
It's just two.
What was the second one?
The first one is, as a board, we meet with the county administrator moving forward.
Okay,
As a board, the three of us continue to move meeting with the department heads.
okay.
Yeah,
I think if we can informally agree to that starting now, moving forward, that's the way we will operate until we can get a resolution to formally adopt it at the right time.
if that, I'm willing to negotiate this then. County Attorney Mon, could you prepare your opinion then on what you just stated, that I just proposed 2 additional points to the resolution, and you just said that we need a new resolution. Perhaps you can write that in your opinion to us. There was another opinion that I just requested for prior to our discussion.
I'm supposed to remember that.
But I'm willing to. I mean,
Okay,
we have to work together. We have to work together. And this, I think, is the door to rebuilding trust with each other and exercising ourselves as a board, working with our administration. I truly do. I don't know why you would even think you want to disagree with that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I graduated from Whitehorse High School or something. But this is very simple, my friends.
So I agree with what you're willing to do. I'm willing to agree with that.
Okay.
My to create a safe space for departments, department heads, and employees, that if they hold meetings or have meetings, the board only is invited into those meetings. The information we learn from those meetings, the board then meets with the county administrator to transfer that information over, to define his role and where he should be to work with us with what those problems or issues may be with department heads. Can you agree to that?
Right now, the two requests stand. I agree that we can work towards what you're trying to help me understand, Madam Chairwoman. But I'm willing to agree. Moving forward, legal opinion.
I will get you a legal opinion. I will also draft a new resolution.
Very good.
Madam Chair, I need to take some time. Is that okay?
Sure.
Anyway, do you know when you say that I camp at a MAC's office? I don't know what you mean by that. Since day one as a commissioner, I stop in every office. Every time I work in the building, I say hi, how's things going? And, well, when I go, sometimes you're not there, so don't. Anyway, I have been, anytime, I probably had the most needed commissioner because I don't know all my acronyms. Sometimes I get an invite, I call Mac, what meeting is this? I go to the chapter meetings. I say, Mac, I text or call him, do you have anything that can report to the, I don't know how many here are elected officials, they're not head of departments, but I just feel like anytime I ask a question from this pertinent, I include everybody. I had a question for Johnny Miller, and I include everybody. I never do things hiding. I always in the open. And so when you say we were invited to the meetings in the library, we were told that the commission shouldn't go, and so I quit going. So there's lots of things that we said here that I feel like I'm being judged. I noticed something that you communicate with Commissioner Harvey, which you said, quit listen to Sylvia. We do work with other boards. I have no influence over Commissioner Harvey. I work with the inner board, and I work with, I see him during the Napa Trust Fund meeting. He's part of the board. I'm invited to go because I'm involved with them through the NRF. So I feel like that this time after time, I feel like I'm put here as a judgment before friends and people I work with, and I cannot defend me because I cannot drag it all day. It's not about me, it's about the office. I have never heard you say Commissioner Stubbs. Maybe today is probably the first time. You always say Sylvia. And when, I don't know what you mean coming.
It's
And
well
so-
known that you go into Mac's office and pretty much stay most of the day, and that happens continually and repeatedly. And it's not me. I mean, that comes from the
From who?
elected office, from everybody in the courthouse. Let's ask them if you want.
Okay.
I don't think.
No, I
No,
want.
yeah, we're not going to
There's
get
two
into
people in
that.
trial
but-
here that we cannot defend ourselves, and I'm not going to defend Mac. He can defend himself. But the thing is, when you say that, I have so many things going on that I don't have time to come and sit down and just talk. I talk with Mac. The door is open. People can come. I sit there sometimes waiting because it's in a meeting, waiting for something, and there's, I go to offices if the door is open. In an office, I go say hi. But if the door is open, I figure they're not there. But I don't like this, to be treated this way, and many, many times. And so
I don't know how you've been
I-
mistreated.
but I don't know, but when
But-
people say
and-
they camp in Mac's office, it's not right, because I don't.
Well, when people say that Commissioner Mon and I went in and threatened Mr. McDonald to resign and all this stuff, and it's just simply untrue, I have a little resentment myself, so I know what you're talking about.
Well,
But
but
I don't think this
it's
is
not been
productive
it's a
anymore.
habit. It's a very habit.
I think
No, I see where you're, Commissioner Stubbs, you're right. It's not very fun to feel like you're being judged, and that's exactly how we feel without even having had
Being
a
able to
conversation. But I'm not going to go down that road. I agree with what Commissioner Harvey said. But the other thing, too, is exactly that. The fact that I see my commissioner and my county administrator at the state turning me into the state auditor's office. I mean, that's pretty frustrating when I know that that had happened. So we can place judgment everywhere. I think we're beyond that. Let's just get to, I appreciate Commissioner Harvey trying to work through this, negotiate. I think we've come to an agreement. It is a work in progress. It's something we're going to have to work through over the next month, and try and work through this and meet together. So, okay. Your motion, do we have a second on the motion to add his two things in, and you'll write that resolution? Or how do we do that?
Well, I just think, no, I don't think we can act on a motion. I just think
Okay,
informally, we
You
have
know
all
what to
agreed
do.
that there will be no meetings. Let me
Okay.
restate it. So there will be no meetings with any department heads, elected officials, or employees without an invite being sent out to all three commissioners.
Okay, yep.
That would be number one. Invite. Invite.
And then the second one, wasn't it, about the admin, nobody, none of the commissioners knew the admin.
Yes.
Yep. Okay,
Good.
all right. You good with that?
I'm very good with this.
Okay.
Resolution, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Mitch, again, just a reminder, written opinion on why, your opinion on not being able to act on the motion. Would be
Okay.
helpful. Okay, Madam Chair, thank you very much.
Okay, you
Um,
have item number
Attorney Moore.
12. You can go forward with that as well.
Madam Chair, I'd like to not entertain this, so how can I do this?
You can just postpone, table, or eliminate it, however you choose.
If we table it, it doesn't come back up, right?
Yeah, if you postpone, it goes to
You
the
can
next one. You can
withdraw.
just withdraw it.
I would like to withdraw item number 12,
Okay.
Madam Chair.
We need to vote on that. So if you want to make a motion.
I made the motion, Madam Chair.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll just abstain from voting. I don't understand what we're doing here, so.
The motion was to try and remove me as the chair. Do you want to second the motion? He's going to remove it.
Under what circumstances is that?
I don't know. I didn't write the resolution. The county administrator wrote the resolution.
The county administrator wrote this without,
No, it's the resolution that we present every year.
No, it's been changed because it says effective April 21st. So, and it did not go through Municode and it did not go through legal, but, so do you want to second I second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll tell because I don't know what's about.
Okay. And then, okay, number 13. Mike, this is a consideration approval of a memorandum of understanding between the Ute Mountain Ute Tribe, White Mesa, and San Juan County Mobile WIC Services. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. So, yeah, just like it stated, this is an MOU, so between San Juan Public Health and the county and White Mesa to go and provide WIC services there in our mobile clinic. As of right now, we're planning on once a month, but that may increase depending on status of staffing right now. But they still requested that we have an MOU in place in order to provide these services.
Okay. Do we have any questions regarding this?
No.
Have any?
No questions,
Okay, can I
Madam
get a
Chair.
motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the MOU between the Ute Mountain Tribe and the county for WIC clinic services.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I have a question about that chart. I thought we were gonna go over that chart.
It's not on the agenda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So is that set then? Did they pass with
We
the
will
resolution?
work through it. That was his request, that we will work through that.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that because that chart speaks volumes about how
Yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to,
who?
the board, the three of us, we meet together on all these items.
Okay, I feel like I'm lost even after reading lots of material for this meeting. Anyway, I just,
Do you have any clarification on that you want to offer?
because I thought the chart did not pass before.
It did. It did pass, but he's put in some provisions with that. And so
No, he did not pass. He said that he was passing.
I went back and watched the work meeting, or I went back and watched the meeting. It does pass with the option that somewhere, if he chooses to bring it back as a work session to work through, that absolutely can come forth. It didn't say which day or which day or which day or which time.
He said in due time, we can go over it.
Yes.
So it should not be an official thing done because if you look at the chart, who has the most departments? I don't know how you can manage more.
Okay, well, that's not
Anyway.
on our agenda, so we can bring that back. We can do it in a it was in your work session this morning. We can talk about it And we'll just go with that moving forward. So Commissioner Harvey, do you mind looking at your schedule to see when we can meet again? Because we don't have another commission meeting until May 19th, I believe. So we're going to need to meet somewhere in there as well. So if you would get back with all of us, do you
Okay.
mind that?
I do not mind
Okay.
at all, Madam Chair.
If I can get a motion to adjourn, that's the last thing on our agenda.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn our Board of Commissioners meeting.
Okay, all in favor? I need a second. Do you want to do reports? You just want to adjourn? I forgot the report.
I'd like to do a report.
Okay, we're gonna, actually, sorry. We do have commissioner reports, so take the motion back. I did not see it at the bottom. Thank you, Mac. Commissioner reports. Commissioner Stubbs, do you want to start?
I probably need a little bit of time.
Okay, so she needs time. Do you want to go ahead, Commissioner Harvey?
Sure. Madam Chair, thank you for my commission report. First thing I want to say is deep gratitude to our interim public health director, Mike Moulton. It's just amazing to see that your department is reaching out to the White Mesa Ute Mountain Tribe. That's really cool. That is very meaningful work, and I really appreciate it. And I'm excited to have the opportunity that we as a board work with Chairman White Skunk to even have them identify a representative to the Criminal Justice Council that we have. The second item, I just wanted to provide a real quick update on. Madam Chair, I know that you had done your work with the recent State of Utah Department of Energy visit into our area and down into the southern community on the reservation. That was an amazing outcome that you were there. You led the group around and showed them the need that exists for home energy assistance for tribal members. The only thing I just want to request is that we sign as soon as possible the letter of gratitude that they've taken the time to actually come
I
and visit
approve
us.
that. Did it not get done?
We got it.
It should be done.
So that
I
would
hope
be-
so. Sorry.
We just need to get that going. I think that's a really critical thing that we need to work on getting completed. And then finally, to the people that are here and to the listeners and the people that will view this video of our commission meeting, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for your prayers. Thank you so much for your prayers. They're very meaningful, and you know, if I could testify and share my testimony, I would, but I don't think this is appropriate. But thank you so much to all of you that have said prayers. That's it, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Stubbs, did you want to go?
This past 2 weeks, I've been very busy. I had opportunity to, this weekend, I'm a part-time commissioner because some Sundays I don't have to be on the road. We traveled to Navajo Mountain, left at 8 o'clock, went to Ojero chapter, joined the meeting there, and proceeded to go to Navajo Mountain. For those that don't understand the system of the Navajo Nation, in order to have a presentation, you have to attend 2 meetings. You have to work. The work meeting is on one Sunday, and you go through everything, through the agenda, and then you have the real chapter meeting. And they operate by quorum. And the quorum, we are the quorum. The quorum is the public, the members of the chapter. In order for the meeting to start, you have to have a quorum. so many members of the chapter. So so when we go to, when we travel, I travel with my husband to Navajo Mountain, we leave. It takes about 4 hours for us to get there from Blanding to Navajo Mountain because I stop, so we don't drive 80 miles an hour. Anyway, so it takes about 12 hours. So I stayed there for 2 hours waiting for the meeting to have a quorum. There was not a quorum yet. And so I did my presentation and left. Most of the time, the minute I cross the river, I know I'm in a different nation. And basically, there's so many things that you can do and so many things that mostly you cannot do. So even though we represent them, we don't have that much authority to go and make changes or suggestions, which is there. And so some days, like that Sunday, I had 3 meetings. I had wastewater meeting, and some days every Sunday I'm gone, and I don't mind that. I love to go see the people down south. Lots of them are former students, and anyway, I went to Moab. They have a meeting that was very beneficial, and there wasn't many people there, which made it really nice because we got to learn a lot. It's from the government. They're having a tour going around talking about social service type of program. And so I left home at 8 o'clock, got there about just before 10 for the meeting, left the meeting and made it to another meeting I have here in Blanding with the Navajo Trust Fund. Started at 4 and I got there at 4:10. And so there are long days like that, and there's lots of questions, lots of things to learn. And so every day I have something, either I have a grant that was written for community development and beautification. If you guys happen to be in Blanding in your park, in front of the drugstore and look through the mural, there's an amazing mural that Kelly Pugh has done. It comes for some funds, partial funds from 2 different grants. There was one through the Rotary Club and one through a grant that secure. Anyway, so every day is something exciting happening. I just had the opportunity to talk to the high school principal about improving the soccer field, and we've been working on that. And so there's many things that every day, and my wall is covered with post-it notes there. I have the project. And so it's, like I said, it's a part-time job because some days we don't work on the weekend. Commissioner Harvey and I, all the chapter meetings are held mostly on Sunday. And it's election time in the area, and it's a little bit different when it's election time and you go to the reservation. And anyway, so I think that's on my report, and thank you.
Okay. Mine, on April 9th, we met as a San Juan County Council of Governments, and this includes commissioners were invited, city officials from all the towns, including Town of Bluff. So we met, one of the items that was on there is a regional opportunity council, and what this does, which I will bring before the commission, is allows us as county and city to kind of decide what our priorities are for economic development. Like if we're willing to have solar, if we're willing to have wind, or whatever we might be that wants to come in here. And so And then what we do is we can make a priority list. So when projects come in, so when economic development hears about those projects, they can come before the council as well and say, hey, this is here, kind of what is our priority list? Because we talked about things that come into our county. What do we support? What don't we support? So it would be working with CERTA to kind of figure that out and use that template that they have in their form and everything that they have to kind of work through. And it also gives us an ability to prioritize, and then everyone that works with that, whether it's visitors or economic or a city or a county, then we work through that, and it's an Excel document that updates, and it just kind of keeps everybody informed with what's going on with all the opportunities within our county, even if it's housing or whatever it might be. So CERTA has talked about coming in and speaking on that, and when they get back, then we can have that presentation. But that was one of their highlights, and of course the nuclear community campaign and how we're going to work with that, which they're still working on. So other than that, that's it. All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make the motion to adjourn our Board of Commissioners meeting.
Okay, can I get a second?
I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're adjourned. Thank you.